First off, giving all glory, honor, and praises to YAHAWAH, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And I say Shalawam to you, hopefully elect, and your Atham out there pushing this word and truth into sincerity. Alright, the title of this lesson is going to be, today is Salvation is Only for the Nation of Israel. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to get into the etymology and look into what the word salvation actually means, and then we're going to dig into some scriptures. Alright, so without further ado, let's go. Alright, so the first thing, like I said, we're going to look into what salvation actually means. Alright, salvation, noun, originally in the Christian sense, the saving of a soul, the saving of the soul, deliverance from the power of sin, and admission to eternal bliss. Alright, so that's the saving of the soul and the deliverance from the power of sin. You know, so when we come into salvation, you know, we won't have to worry about sin. You know, our souls will be delivered. But more importantly, well, all of it is important as well, but that third part here is admission into the eternal bliss. Alright, so if many of you don't know what the word eternal bliss actually means, let's look that up really quick too while we're here. Alright, eternal. Let's get eternal first. Alright, eternal basically means, here we go, of an age, lasting, enduring, permanent, here we go, permanent, everlasting, endless. Alright, so permanent, everlasting, endless are the main points there. Alright, and that word bliss is, you know, the main points here is, you know, happiness, grace, and favor. So we're going to basically go into an everlasting, permanent, or endless grace and favor and happiness, you know, for most of all, it comes from our Father Yahawah, you know, and so YAHAWASHI, you know. So we're going to go into that everlasting grace and everlasting favor. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some scriptures here. All right. We're going to, the first scripture we're going to kick off is the John 3:16. All right, because that's the one you're gonna mainly hear a lot of people bring that one up, saying that salvation, that YAHAWASHI died on the cross for everybody. He only died on the cross for the nation of Israel. All right. All right, here we go. John 3:16. For the Most High so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. All right. So, where the confusion comes in for a lot of people is this word world. This word world does not mean everybody. All right. And what we're going to do, we're going to get that here in the blue letter. That word world goes into the word cosmos. Cosmos. All right. Let's pull it up.
Strong's G 2889, cosmos. Cosmos.
Like cosmos, all right. Here it is. It's a humanitarian arrangement or constitution or government. All right. So basically, that's basically who that world is going to be. Who YAHAWAH originally had that arrangement or that constitution or that order or that government with. So it's going to be who He gave that to. It's not going to be everybody. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look up, we're going to get some more scriptures to prove who He actually gave that arrangement or that constitution, that order or that government to. All right. We're going to get 2 Corinthians 5:19. Second Corinthians 5:19, right here. To wit, that the Most High was in Hamashiach. Alright? So the Most High YAHAWAH was in YAHAWASHI. Alright, this is when YAHAWASHI was walking on the world. Of course, He was in YAHAWASHI, reconciling the world, again, that word world, who He had that arrangement or that agreement with, alright, unto Himself, and putting their trespasses unto them. Alright, Salakia, not in putting their trespasses unto them, and have committed unto us the word of reconciliation. All right. So we know that the word world basically means who he had that agreement and who he had that arrangement and that constitution and that order with. All right. So now let's go back to the blue letter, and we're gonna get what that word reconciliation, reconciling means. Salakia. All right. So we know what world means. All right. Who he had that agreement with. So I need you to hold that thought for a second, and now we finna look up what reconciling means. All right. So he's trying to reconcile the world. All right. He's reconciling the world. All right. Reconcile here. Reconcile. To restore to union and a friendship after engagement or variance. All right. To restore mankind. Here we go. To restore mankind, sinners, to grace or favor. All right. So he's basically what he's saying now is he's restoring who he had that arrangement and that agreement with to grace and to favor. That's what YAHAWASHI was doing when he came and died on us for the cross. He was restoring us who had that agreement to our original favor and our original grace. All right. Let's get 2 Corinthians here in the blue letter as well. Second Corinthians 5:19 here. Here we go. To wit, that the Most High was in Hamashiach, reconciling the world unto himself, and not imputing their trespasses unto them, and have commanded unto us the word of reconciliation. All right, let's get that word reconciling here again in the blue letter. Just to go in depth and make sure we're on the right track. All right, we got Strong's G 2644.
Strong's G 2644. Catalasso. Catalasso.
Catalasso. All right, catalasso. All right, it means to change, exchange, as coins to others or equivalent value. To reconcile those who are at variance. To return to favor with. To receive one into favor. All right, so again, he's receiving that world, or in other words, he's receiving those people who he had that agreement with. All right. So, and that means he's returning them to favor. All right. I got two more for you here real quick. All right. Let's go to Psalms 147. Verse 19 and 20. All right. Now we're going to get into here who he had that agreement with. Because we know that when YAHAWASHI died on the cross, that he was basically coming to reconcile the world, again, the people who he had that agreement with, back into favor. All right. So now we need to bring it home by finding out who that world was, who those people were that he had that agreement with. All right. This is Psalms 147, verses 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. All right. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as far his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we need to get that word nation. Let's look up that word nation right here. All right. Let's find out. We know that in verse 19 he was talking about Israel. All right. So we know that nation is Israel. All right. So what we need to do is let's back that up and make sure right here that he said he have not dealt so with any other nation. All right. I think it goes into Goe.
Strong's H 1471. Goy.
Goy. So we know that the nation that the Lord has only dealt with are the descendants of Abraham. All right, of Israel. All right. So right here he was saying that he have not dealt so with any nation. So he only dealt with Israel. Israel is the only nation that YAHAWASHI has dealt with. All right. Israel is the only nation that Yahweh has dealt with. YAHAWASHI died on the cross for the nation of Israel. He did not die on the cross for everyone. All right. Last scripture here, we're going to bring it home. All right. We got Isaiah 45. 17. Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh, or in the Most High, with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end. Alright? So that's basically saying that Israel shall be saved in YAHAWASHI, in Yahweh, with an everlasting salvation. We're seeing all these words connect here. Alright? But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be conformed, nor ye shall not be ashamed nor conformed without end. Alright? So basically what he's saying is we're gonna go into everlasting salvation, the everlasting faith, the everlasting favor, the everlasting grace, and it's gonna be without end. We're not gonna be ashamed, we're not gonna be confounded, and it's gonna be without end. And that word world here again goes into those who he had that agreement with, and we know that agreement was only with the nation of Israel. All right, so this is a lesson here to prove to you that salvation is only for the nation of Israel. All right, I pray that you all are edified. Until again, I say Shalawam.